A young woman killed in Forest Park during a night out with friends.
She sent the text at 11:41 p.m. 5 words. I should have rode with you. No explanation, no follow-up. Just 5 words fired off from the backseat of a car cutting through the Atlanta night by a 25-year-old woman named Amiya Cunningham to a friend riding in a separate vehicle in that same group. Amiya never made it home. Now, before we go any further, let me ask you something. How many times have you been somewhere and something just didn't sit right? The energy shifted. Your gut said leave. But you stayed because everyone else was having a good time? Because you didn't want to kill the vibe? Because you told yourself you were overthinking it? Amiya stayed. And what happened to her in the next 3 minutes caught on both a Georgia DOT surveillance camera and a bystander's cell phone became one of the most infuriating cases to ever come out of the Atlanta metro area. Here's what makes this different from every other hit and run you've scrolled past. The woman behind that wheel, she and Amiya knew each other. Same circles, same parties, same history, the kind that looks like friendship in public and runs on jealousy underneath. And if you've never heard of this case, that's exactly why this channel exists. Stories like Amiya's get buried every single day. If you're not subscribed to unseen true crime stories right now, you are choosing not to know. And one day, that choice might cost you or someone you love everything. Stay with me. Because before we get to what those cameras captured, you need to know who Amiya Cunningham actually was. She wasn't just a name in a headline. She was someone's everything. Welcome to Unseen True Crime Stories, where the darkest secrets and untold cases come to light. Consider subscribing and tapping the notification bell. That way you won't miss our next true crime story. Amiya Cunningham was born in 2000 and raised in East Point, Georgia, a southwest Atlanta suburb that's loud, proud, and deeply rooted in Black Atlanta culture. She was the oldest of 7 siblings. You already know what that means. She wasn't just a daughter, she was the one who set the tone, the one the younger ones watched, the one who was supposed to be there for graduations, weddings, first babies. People described her the same way, over and over. And after she died, a beautiful soul full of love, laughter, and a fierce love of her family. Her aunt Chandra Walker said those words at a vigil in Cliftondale Park. The crowd dressed in green, Amiya's favorite color, releasing balloons into an April sky. She had plans, real ones. She was enrolling in beauty school. She was building something for herself. On Instagram at 0NLI1My, she showed up vivid, expressive, unafraid to take up space. On April 25th, 2025, the night was supposed to be a celebration. Her little sister's prom, her aunt's birthday, 3 cars, a whole crew heading to King of Diamonds in Atlanta. But somewhere between the pre-game and the freeway, something shifted. There'd already been a small argument about when to leave, witnesses said. Surface level stuff. Except the tension underneath it wasn't surface level at all, because it involved a woman named Alexandria Larkin. Larkin moved in the same circles as Amiya. Same parties, same group chats, on the outside cordial. But people close to the situation used one specific word to describe what actually existed between them: frenemies. And witnesses allege that what Larkin felt toward Amiya ran deeper than rivalry. It was jealousy, the kind that smiles at you in photos and simmers in silence everywhere else. Amiya felt it that night. That's why the text wasn't random. I should have rode with you. That wasn't boredom. That was her nervous system telling her something her conscious mind hadn't fully named yet. Behavioral analysts call it a pre-incident threat indicator. Her gut was already calculating danger. She texted it. She stayed anyway. And here's the part that keeps me up at night. The warning signs were always there. They're always there. The question is, do you know what to look for? And that's why this channel exists. Subscribe, Share this with someone right now. You genuinely don't know whose life depends on it. At 11:44 p.m., the convoy stopped at a red light Forest Parkway in Frontage Road, of Forest Park, Georgia. Amiya stepped out of the car. She started dancing in front of Alexandria Larkin's black SUV. Spontaneous, celebratory, exactly who she always was. The light changed, and Larkin hit the gas. She hit the gas, not a slow roll, not a confused tap of the pedal. She accelerated directly into Amiya. The impact through her body. But it didn't stop there. Forensic analysis of the bystander footage shows Amiya wasn't just struck, she was dragged down Forest Parkway before the vehicle separated from her and kept moving. She was 25. She was heading to the club. She had just texted her friend that something felt wrong. First responders arrived fast and refused to quit. Amiya Cunningham was revived 4 separate times at that intersection. She was rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital. On April 27th, 2025, she was gone. And the woman who hit her already was. Larkin didn't stop, didn't call 911, didn't check on Amiya. She drove away, leaving her in the road, leaving bystanders screaming, leaving the whole group to watch in real time. Hours later, she came back, not as the driver, and as a witness. She returned to the scene she created and played the role of a stranger who just happened to drive by. I want you to go to the comments right now and be honest. Have you ever stayed somewhere the vibes were off? Have you ever given someone the benefit of the doubt and regretted it? Drop it below, because Amiya's story isn't just a crime, it's a mirror. And if you're still not subscribed, tell us why in the comments. Tell us what it would take. Because the next story might be about someone just like you. The Forest Park Police reviewed the GDOT footage, did their interviews wrapped up within days, then released a statement that floored the family. No negligence, no foul play. Case closed before it even started. The family erupted. The community erupted. And then the internet saw the bystander video the footage police hadn't fully reckoned with, and everything changed. 2 cameras, 2 angles, 1 truth the police tried to walk away from. What was on that video? And how did a department reverse a closed case in under 3 weeks? That's exactly where we're going next, and trust me, you do not want to miss it.
Friends who were with her that night say the group she was with pre-gamed at someone's house before they decided to go out. An issue between her and another girl happened before they all left in 3 separate cars.
During this ride, Maya even texts her friend T. The vibe was off and that she should have rolled with him. So her intuition was already telling her something wasn't right.
That car with her friend missed the exit, leaving Amiya in a car with 2 other girls and the girl she had an issue with in the black car ahead of them.
Maya caught herself having a night out with some girls she thought were her friends.
This is the intersection where both of the cars ended up here at Forest Parkway and Frontage Road. Amiya got out of the car and started dancing in front of that car. This was all caught on camera here on the GDOT cameras.
There's a car behind them that turns with them. You see Maya's body like this. They keep going. There's a second car that goes and they stopped. Maya died last night.
This is Amiya Cunningham. She was with friends on April 26 before she was run over and killed just before midnight. Forest Park police are investigating her death, but no arrests have been made.
When I first brought you the Amiya Cunningham story, the one where twerking at a red light turned deadly, I said from the jump, something about it just wasn't right. She was out with a bunch of fake jealous friends, and the initial response from the Forest Park, Georgia Police Department was no foul play. They said that because the same snakes Amiya was with that night lied to police and wasn't honest about what really happened. That's why the first police report made it sound like she was some random woman walking in traffic who just happened to get hit. But the internet wasn't buying it. Suspicion grew. Then outrage exploded after the street cam video dropped and told the real story. Amiya wasn't a stranger walking the street. She wasn't hit by a random driver. In fact, she spent the last hours of her life with the same woman that ran her over. That night, she was pre-gaming with 2 guy friends and 3 female friends. One of those girls her neighbor, someone she had known since middle school. The plan was to go out. So they all hopped into 3 different cars. The guys in one car, they missed the exit, leaving the women in 2 separate cars. Amiya was in one of them. Right before all this happened, she sent a text to her guy friend saying the energy was off, that the girls were acting funny, and she regretted riding with them instead of him. Then the car stopped at a red light. Amiya got out and started twerking in the intersection, and the next thing you know, one of the females from the other car ran her over. That driver? Alexandria Larkin. On top of that, reports came out that there was already friction that night between Alexandria and Amiya. It was some sort of tension, an argument, and let's be clear, Alexandria did not hit Amiya by accident. She ran her over on purpose, then fled the scene. And this is where it gets even nastier. Alex came back to the scene hours later with her husband, trying to play dumb and act innocent. Well, that only kept her out of jail for 3 weeks because social media wasn't letting it slide. After pressure from TikTok, reports on here, and non-stop noise online, the Forest Park police finally made a move.
3 weeks of relentless public pressure forced the Forest Park Police Department to reverse their no-foul play ruling entirely. Alexandria Larkin was arrested and booked into Clayton County Jail, charged with first-degree vehicular homicide and leaving the scene of an accident. The family's fight had cracked the case wide open. Amiya's voice, silenced on April 27th, had finally been heard. Justice was moving, but the courtroom, that battle was just beginning.
11 Alive's Angelina Salcido is live at the intersection of Forest Parkway and Frontage Road, where the accident happened about 11 days ago. Angelina, her family is now planning a vigil, unfortunately, to honor her life, something they didn't expect to have to do.
Yeah, and her friends actually organized this vigil, you guys. Now, we went to this vigil, and standing with her family and her friends, you can feel the heartbreak that everybody is feeling after going through this. Now, the night that Amiya went out, it was full of fun. It was supposed to be full of fun. It was her little sister's prom. It was her aunt's birthday. It was the start of a new beginning for Amiya as she was supposed to start beauty school. All of that cut short right behind me, and you can just feel the heartbreak from her family, and now they're trying to make sure that her life was not taken in vain.
There are no words to describe the devastation that we are experiencing by the killing of our beloved Amiya.
She was the brightest light in their first love.
Amiya has always been a beautiful soul full of love, laughter, friendship, a passion for animals, and a fierce love of her family.
The 25-year-old, the oldest of 7 siblings, her spirit just like anyone in her family.
We know how to make sure anyone else around us is having a good time. That's exactly what she was doing on Saturday, April 26th.
Cunningham was going out with friends when she was hit by a car at the intersection of Forest Parkway and Frontage Road. Forest Park police are still investigating, but no arrests have been made.
Amiya's death will not be in vain. Our family will see to it that Amiya gets the justice that she deserves.
Today, her family and friends honor Amiya's life.
I'm so happy to have her in my life and as a friend.
Just to know that she was even in the process of changing her life around makes me happy.
Maya didn't mean no harm to nobody.
We gonna live for Maya.
Despite their tears, this family holds each other.
Today we mourn, but we also remember, because love never dies.
Maya's light won't either. Now, this family is planning Maya's funeral and planning to lay her to rest within the next few days. They are fundraising for her homegoing and for any potential legal fees that they may have to incur moving forward. If you'd like to help, we have a link in this story right now on our website. We're live tonight in Forest Park. Angelina.
This is the kind of story Unseen True Crime Stories is dedicated to sharing, not just for entertainment, but for vital, grim lessons. If this story stirred something in you, if it made you think, then you know you need to be here for the next one. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. And if you're still scrolling past without joining, I have to ask, what truth are you afraid to face? What essential understanding are you willing to miss out on? Tell us in the comments. We'll be here, continuing to shed light on the shadows, because sometimes understanding the darkness is the only way to find the light. Thank you for watching.